I react to the latest trailer for Detective Pikachu and the latest trailer for Gemini Man. Also, the World War Z video game is smashing it and a great white shark chokes on a sea turtle. This is the Johnny Massacre Show. Right, here's my reaction to the latest Detective Pikachu trailer. I know you are dying to see my trailer reaction to this. There's a little furry yellow cunt. Let's do this.
I see trees of green.
Oh shit.
I see them blue.
Oh shit, this actually looks quite good.
For me and you. And I think to myself,
my brother's gonna have a boner over this. He loves this shit.
what a wonderful world.
Oi, this is like Roger Rabbit, where they mix all these kind of animated things with real life. Shit, that looks really real. I'm surprised. The fuck is that?
People going by.
The fuck is that?
I see friends shaking hands.
This is going to become popular for all the wrong reasons. I think obviously they wanted to make some cool looking Pokemon, but because it's so unintentionally freaky, it's taking on a life of its own. Look at him, he's so cute. Shit.
I know this much. If your dad was here.
No, but Pikachu doesn't have that fucking manly alpha voice. He's supposed to be cute and shit. Look at this melt as the main character. Fucking hell, man. Looks like a gust of wind will blow the cunt over. Alright, shit. I think I'm pleasantly surprised with that. The last one I thought it looked like crap. And I think I was influenced by the fact that Pikachu had this weird male voiceover. And yeah, look, Pokemon fanboys are going to be angry if I say anything bad about the video. But I don't fucking care. I'm just going to say what I think. Those fanboys are going to be happy. That looked kind of weirdly interesting. Graphics were good and it just looked very freaky in a good way. There's another movie trailer today, Gemini Man. What the fuck is that? I don't know, but Will Smith is in it. Will Smith. I used to watch him in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was really, really great 90s sitcom. And yeah, Will Smith was in the YouTube Rewind 2018 video. He fronted it. So I lost a bit of respect for him for that because those videos are crap. Anyways, he's in this movie called Gemini Man that I don't know anything about. The whole hook of this movie is they've used this de-aging process on his face. And he plays himself in the movie. So there's two of him. The current one where he looks a bit older. He looks his age. He must be in his 50s. And a de-aged CGI version. That's the whole crux of this film. Do you think it's going to look believable? I don't. Let's have a look at it anyways. And let me know what you think. There's some article on EW.com. They say, see Will Smith jaw-droppingly de-aged in Ang Lee's Gemini Man trailer. So let's have a look at this, people. Let's have a look at this. Here we go. That's a rip-off of Terminator 2.
Tell me something.
That's quite epic.
Why is it so hard for you to kill this man?
That's a cliche. Why can't I kill the bad guy cliche?
Every move of mine before I made it.
That already looks fake. And that looks so fake as well. Why can't they get this shit right, man, in 2019? Look, another Terminator reference, all these wounds on his back while he's chatting. This is basically Terminator 2, Will Smith edition.
And he'd be gone, like a ghost.
It looks alright, but it still looks fake. The human eye is so good at detecting fakes. That's what keeps us alive. That's what keeps us primal and reproducing. We're not going to end up fucking one of those sex dolls. We're going to go for the real thing. And this don't look like the real thing. Something a bit fake about that. Fuck off, alarm. See, there's the current Will Smith.
I think I know why he's as good as you. He is you.
Oh.
20
God,
years
sounds cheesy.
you from me. They chose me because there's never been
None of this dialogue is important. This is all just foil to the main crux of the film, which is there are two Will Smiths, a CGI one who looks younger, so the old fans can like him and the new fans can too.
out of another person.
That looks fake.
Then you sent me to kill him.
I quite like Will Smith's acting, I always have done.
To do this to me.
That looks fake.
This thing that you're struggling with, it's fear.
Alright, this is really dull. I've seen enough. So anyways, Gemini Man is coming. Look, who knows, it could be good, but that didn't really get me very interested. I thought the CGI looks a bit fake, to be honest. Alright, a video game's come out and it's sold shitloads of copies. World War Z. I'm sleeping on video games a bit. I try not to get too involved in video games because it's just going to waste my time and waste my fucking life, but I do like them. And World War Z, it was a book, a famous book, was made into a movie with Brad Pitt that I saw, which was it was alright, it was weird, it was like two films, and I think it literally was, because the ending scene, I think it had a different director or something. Anyways, the film did alright, probably a sequel in the works, based on another book, written by the same author. And the video game is absolutely raping it. So, over on VG Charts, they say that World War Z has debuted at the top of the UK charts, and it's already sold 1 million units. So, since I'm late to the party, let's just have a little look at this World War Z trailer. I have to be honest, had a little peek earlier, and I thought that it looked quite decent. Here it is. Look at that, loads of zombies everywhere. Oh man, seriously, if it actually looks like that, which it blatantly won't, because this is the PC version, I guess, running on a high-end PC, that is boner worthy. I mean, the whole zombie genre created by Romero is just so interesting. This slow, encroaching death where your personal space gets smaller and smaller. It's very claustrophobic until then you're forced into combat. But this is like that concept on steroids. The zombies are really, really fast. So you've got the shopping mall there, which is a classic zombie location made popular in the original Romero films. And being able to kind of indulge in that concept within a video game sounds very appealing indeed. That looked fucking amazing. The thing is, on Metacritic, it's kind of been getting shitty reviews. Make of that what you will. It's basically all yellow, it's all in the 60s. So has anyone out there played World War Z? That game is out to buy now and it is breaking records. I think the world is clamoring for a next generation zombie game where millions of zombies attack you and you got to kill them all, especially in a team, which is what this game promotes to do. I play a lot of Rainbow Six, and it's often that I play a good game by a great developer and think, wow, imagine this developer made X game or Y game. So Rainbow Six, I thought, imagine if they made that like with the aliens theme. That would be amazing, because in Rainbow Six you have defenders and attackers, which would be the Marines and aliens respectively. I wish they'd do something like that. And I also thought, wow, imagine if they made a zombie game. What we need, judging by these Metacritic scores, I know you shouldn't believe all reviews, but come on, across the board, that probably means it isn't good unless the game's not woke enough, because now a lot of video game journalists start marking games down for not siding with their political agenda, and fuck you. So let's just assume this game is kind of average, judging by the Metacritic score. Imagine now the next phase of this, a lot of developers will be looking at it thinking, fuck, there's money to be made in the zombie genre. Imagine one of these hot developers makes such a game as World War Z. That is something that I would pay to play. In final news for today, shocking photos showing shark choking on turtle go viral. If you watched the Johnny Massacre Show before, you know I like animals, especially sea animals. I don't know why. When I was a kid, I had a book called Sharks with a big fucking sand tiger shark on it. I find sharks fascinating purely because reality is stranger than fiction. They live in the deep. We still don't know a lot about them. They're out there. They're swimming around. But where are they? We don't know. There's so much mystery that allows our minds to fill in the blanks about these wonderful, majestic beasts. So yes, I'm going to cover some shark news. Have a look at this. It's on the New Zealand Herald. Look at this beast. Look at the fucking size of the shark. That's newsworthy in itself. They say shocking photos showing a shark choking on a turtle have gone viral on social media. The photos doing the rounds on Facebook were taken in Japan and originally posted by Greg Vella on April the 20th in a group of fisheries. See, I've seen these fucking sharks in Japan before. There's another picture of a great white shark that was caught in Japan. It was fucking massive. Japanese are always like, it's fine to go in the sea. Mate, I was in the sea last year and the year before, and I thought, fuck, there might be a great white shark. Didn't get bitten, but this is proof that that you could get bitten. So anxious, nervous people, don't go in a fucking sea in Japan. You will be bricking it, I'm telling you. Look at the size of this fucking shark, man. Look at its face. Monsters are real, children. Monsters are real. Choking on a shark. Look, I don't need to read it. A picture says 1,000 words. That is fucking incredible. Look at that. Nature, damn you scary. So finally today, I thought I'd just have one quick look at CNN and one quick look at Fox. I'm not going to make politics as central a theme as it was before on this show because I don't know anything about politics. But I know bullshit when I see it. So let's just see what the lunatics are doing in the news. Dare we go on to CNN? Yes. Okay, so ISIS suspect warned of Sri Lanka bombings. So obviously there was this Sri Lanka bombings against Christians by Muslim terrorists. That was fucking awful. And in other news, Bernie Sanders just gave the best answer on impeachment. Give it up, CNN. Donald Trump has done nothing wrong. If you all just focused, the left media and all the left-wing politicians, if you just focused on your own campaign and what you can offer the people, maybe you'd win. But you have such bad Trump derangement syndrome. You focus all your energy on trying to illegally just get the president gotten rid of, which is basically the end of democracy. Stop doing that. Just concentrate on your own policies, you fucking clowns. And finally, the news piece on CNN. A visit from Trump is the last thing the UK needs right now. Yeah, the most powerful guy in the world. Let's just not even communicate with him. Let's just shut the door on him and live in our echo chamber. Fucking idiots. Let's move over to Fox News. First we got Hillary. You know they're going to slate her because Fox News don't like Hillary. Hillary Clinton swipes at Trump after Mueller probe. Says anyone else would have been indicted. Yeah, you, one of the most corrupt politicians in the fucking universe. Just look up the Clinton Foundation and see all the dirt you can find. You, that's rich coming from you, saying the president should have been indicted, you fucking criminal. That's why you weren't fucking voted in. Look at her, she looks like a fucking egg on a ceramic red egg cup. Horrific. Go away, Hillary Clinton. And one thing that I found interesting was the media's coverage of these bombings against Christians and the difference in coverage against Muslims, because since it's all about equality at the moment, why aren't you reporting impartially, without bias and with equality? It's a little bit suspicious, no? Let me just draw your attention to these headlines, right? Okay, so these are some kind of memes I've found, right-wing memes online. So this one is a news article about the Christchurch shootings, and that said the Christchurch shootings should implicate all white Australians by default. That's kind of a Kim Jong-unian philosophy. If one person transgresses, their whole family should be punished. That's a very socialist kind of form of punishment. That's a very sick thing to write. But what happens if we take this kind of like-for-like shooting, one is of Muslims and one is of Christians, and we create the same headline? What's the feel for that? Someone's already done that. So they replaced the word Christchurch, which is where the Muslim shootings took place, and replaced it with Sri Lanka, which is where the Christian bombings took place. And they took the word white Australians and replaced it with Muslims. So a like-for-like headline. And that says, the Sri Lanka shooting should implicate all Muslims. How fucking racist is that? We've basically ended up in this weird media environment that has been created by a predominantly powerful left-wing media that has made it politically correct to support all people on the victim hierarchy and politically incorrect to support white people because they're lower down the victim hierarchy. It's very, very bizarre. Look, equality is very simple. It means things should be equal. That means you should treat Muslims nicely and Christians nicely and not give anyone preferential treatment. If you give someone preferential treatment, that's saying you're pathetic and you're an idiot, you need a special handicap. No, they don't. Respect everyone the same, give them the same respect that we all deserve as human beings. For fuck's sake, these headlines drive me crazy. But there's more. There's more. So let's compare Hillary Clinton's tweet about the Christchurch massacre to the Sri Lanka massacre. Have a look at this, massacre fans. When I say massacre fans, my name is Johnny Massacre. I'm not saying fans with these kind of massacres. Of course, calm down, people. So Hillary Clinton said after the Christchurch massacre, my heart breaks for New Zealand and the global Muslim community. We must continue to fight the perpetuation and normalization of Islamophobia and racism in all its forms. Now, what if we change those words again to fit in with the Sri Lanka context? It would be, my heart breaks for Sri Lanka and the global Christian community. We must continue to fight the perpetuation and normalization of Christianophobia and all racism forms. Islamic supremacist terrorists must be condemned by leaders everywhere. So why is it not okay to say that, but it's okay to say the other thing? It's because the media, which is left-wing, which represents left-wing policy, needs to make victims out of everyone to perpetuate their narrative, which is good moral crusaders to garner votes. And it's sick. They're actually exploiting the people of these tragedies for their own political agenda and promotional campaigns. So fuck you, left-wing media, but also right-wing media, all of you fucking political hacks. You're all cunts. You really are. And look at this fucking article from the ideologically twisted Washington Post. Ideologically twisted meaning they just follow a set of principles, ideology that's related to their political views without fail every time, without even looking at the situation. Their headline was, Sri Lanka church bombings stoke far-right anger in the West. That is just so fucking unbelievable to say that. So instead of saying, fuck man, loads of Christians died, that's shit, we got to help out these Christians. No, we're going to exploit the dead people here to promote our political agenda, which is basically anyone on the right is a fucking racist, crazy, far-right lunatic. That's just so sickening. So that's what's going on in politics. People, it's funny, the people who talk about equality the most, they come up with the most outrageous racist things. So fuck all this nonsense. Let's just talk about my life instead, shall we? Anyways, this section of the show always glitches out. I can't even be bothered to play the intro. What's going on in my life? Wow, so like my gym regimen's got crazy. So I wanted to start cutting body fat for the summer around January. Just get in there early. Why not? Because you're destined to fail a few times, right? But I ended up weightlifting more and more and more, and I broke my record. My record is 100 kilograms bench press, but I did 105. And then like 10 days ago, it was mad. I did 3 reps of 105, and then 3 reps of 102.5, and then 3 reps. I was doing the heaviest weights I've ever done in my life. And during this time, I basically broke my dieting regimen. I started eating Domino's, pizza, donuts, and crazy shit, and having these cheat days. And it really, really helped me. It was weird. And I think it's something to do with calorie zigzagging or calorie cycling. All you gym rats out there, you might be interested in this if you haven't heard of it. And these are ways to stimulate your metabolism, which means you eat more calories on one day than another, but then you deprive yourselves of calories another day. So overall, your weekly net is the same. However, I didn't deprive myself of calories on other days. I just had these random spikes of heavy calorie days. Honestly, I'd have a large Domino's triple mi-foi pizza, which is 3 layers of cheese, beautiful. Domino's pizza in Japan is amazing. They're trash though. This stuff will give you fucking cancer and heart disease, but fuck it, I did it. I'm human, right? It's not like I'm fucking shooting up or anything, making excuses, justifying my addiction. So I ate that. It must have been about 300 calories per slice, about 12 slices. So that's what? That's like 3,600 calories. And then I had, 5 donuts, like a churros, 3 chocolate bars, ice cream bar, cake, and other shit that day. So I must have eaten about 10,000 calories. And then you get so ripped after you do that, you fill out. But the thing which really helped me do the weights was eating silly amounts of carbs before the weight session. And then eating like an ice cream before it. And I hate to admit it, I did the most hardcore low carb diet for years, especially when I did my marathon training, Tokyo Marathon. See, I'd run that in 3 hours 19. That's a pretty good time. That was no carbs for a year, basically. I was using fat to burn as for energy as opposed to glucose, which most people burn, because my body's energy source basically changed when I reduced my carbs. And I was all about the low carb, but it turns out that you need to smash the carbs for weightlifting. I tested this. So I went to the gym about 3 days ago, and I ate no carbs. I went to 0 for 3 days before, and I didn't eat anything before it. My performance was appalling. I couldn't even do 100 kilograms on the bench press, let alone 105. I started off on 95, and that was hard. So it's interesting, when you're cutting and going low carb, how do you also do an anaerobic exercise form such as weightlifting? I don't know how to do that, but still, it's cool. I'm just cutting. I'm plowing through it on low carbs. I can't do that as heavy weights as I did. But look, I've bulked up as much as I fucking can. So now I'm going to get ripped and all veiny and weird looking for the summer. So that's kind of been going on in my life. Also, I have just fucking purchased probably the missing cog for my studio. So I purchased something known as a curve bender, which is a hardware equalizer. I've been after these for ages. I think it's coming tomorrow. This is pretty much the final piece in the jigsaw for my recording studio. I need a few more bits, probably another 5, 6, 7 grand's worth of gear. But this is enough for me to realize my wild, crazy studio dream. So I'm so hyped about getting this thing. Here it is, the curve bender. This is a monster, this is a beast. You can be sure that I will unbox it on the Johnny Massacre Show. Finally, I'm going to be watching Avengers on Thursday. My girlfriend managed to secure tickets in Japan, which is a mindfuck if your Japanese is shite like mine. So thanks, Moff. That's my nickname for my biatch. Sorry, I didn't call you a bitch. Just joking, darling. Just joking. It's all right. So I'm going to see Avengers, and I will be doing a live stream of that on Thursday, 8 o'clock LA time, 11 p.m. This is in the PM, 8 o'clock PM LA time, 11 p.m. New York time, and midday Japan time. So look out for that. Finally, on today's episode, I would just like to say thank you to all my patrons. I've ended up with 4 patrons. I never thought I'd really get more than 2. And so that is why I'm doing the Johnny Massacre Show, because it's obvious people like what I do and people want to support me. I slave away making music and doing shit like this, so I'm very disconnected from the real world. So to see something like that on Patreon makes me realize that what I'm doing is right. So I want to say thank you. And I would like to call you motherfuckers out by name, if I may. Now bear with me a bit, because I should have prepped this before, and Patreon is some weird clusterfuck. And it's kind of hard to see what the fuck is going on and who the patrons are and what not. And I will fucking hate myself if I can't find it now. So while I'm looking for it, I should just do a little freestyle rap. So, oh no, I think I found it. Motherfucker. Okay. So Kyle Basham, he's my longest supporter. He is in the military, and without people like Kyle, we would not have this free world today. So Kyle, I love you. Thanks so much. I'll be in touch soon. My other patron, new patron, is Lorelea Lynn. How is that for alliteration, as I said the other day? So she's awesome. She also bought one of my t-shirts from my Society 6 merchandise page. So thank you very much. Welcome to the Patreon crew. Also, Remington Blake. Hello, Remington. Remington is also the brand of my favorite shotgun. So I'm very happy to have you aboard. And finally, the Lonely Goomba, who is a bit of a fucking legend. The Lonely Goomba, I think he's pretty famous on YouTube. So if you are watching, salute, Lonely Goomba. There you are, dude. So I'm very grateful for that. Now, what a wonderful Johnny Massacre Show this has been. It's 6 in the morning. I got up at 4. I approached my life with military precision. And now it's time to get on with my day. So love ya, and I will see you all soon. Laters.